What is up, DJs? Woo! Welcome back to The Verse. It is Friday. We are in it to win it. Let's go, boys and girls. Thank you so much for joining the channel. I hope you got a chance to check out the new super sweet and sick intro. The four of you that are in here right now, I am loving it. We got some sick skate tricks, some awesome surfing going on, some hot new beats. Gotta love it. Add the video production in there. That's what we do here at The Verse. High quality, every day. We're bringing you bangers. It's got excellence in it, baby. Excellence written all over it. Welcome back. What is up, my boy?
Yes, sir. Back at another live stream. You know us. We don't sleep. We're always gym hunting. We're looking for the next 100, 1,000x, even 10,000x. You know why? Because we were one of the few to get in on the 5,000x gem on Pulschain. If you're wondering what that coin is, it is P-Dye. That's the type we are. We're dogs. We're soldiers in the trenches. This is what we do. This is what we love. And we're going to keep going until this bull market's over. We'll never sell out. And we always will be the voice of reason. So, yeah, man. Happy Friday to all you guys. If you're viewing this live stream right now, you are committed. You are putting in the work. When everybody's out there partying and just doing dumb stuff, you are in the trenches. And I guarantee you, you will make it. And 90% of these people in crypto will not make it. So, congratulations on being the few that will make it. And we got another exciting one, man. So, overall, man, market's looking pretty good. We got some stuff to talk about because some of our price targets got hit in the last live stream. You know, everybody was saying one thing, we did the other thing. We are the black sheeps of this market. Anytime crypto banter says one thing, we just do the opposite. You know, you got to do like the inverse Kramer call on that. So, but overall, man, you know, talk to me, Trent. Well, how do you feel about the markets? How do you feel about meme coins? What's your overall thoughts right now?
There's a reason I'm blacked out today, wearing all black right now, is because we are the black sheep. And the things we talk about in our previous streams somehow come to fruition. And, you know, guys, I think it's just from time spent in the market. We've been spending a lot of time in the market. We've been watching the market through the bear market, through the trenches, through the bull market, studying the last bull market and realizing that we are not in the same market coming into 2024. We've got to get out of that old headspace and we got to realize that the opportunity doesn't look the same. And so I think right now we're seeing so much opportunity every single day that it's really astounding. It's a lot of hard work. It's totally worth it. And so I'm just excited to talk about pretty much so many different areas of the market because with the news with the ETF, it seems like a lot of different narratives are starting to ramp up.
Absolutely. You know, we're in a very interesting time in the markets. We got the Bitcoin ETF approved. We got the ETH ETF approved. And then, you know, we just went through one of the most brutal bear markets. FTX, everybody said the ship was over. I guarantee you, most of you guys viewing this live stream, you probably were here during the bear market. And the fact that we finally have institutional money pumping in tells us one of two things. Number one, it's going to be a pretty good bull market. You can already tell. And we probably don't need the money printer turning on because the institutional money is going to go into Bitcoin, then into Ethereum, then into Pulschain, then into dog coins, then into monkey coins, and all that good stuff. And number two, we're getting close to the end of this technological trend. And this is going to be a very important live stream because since it is a Friday, we're going to talk about something I've been researching. You know, I am a research whiz. I like to look at stuff that nobody's talking about. And I think we found something pretty big on the next technological narrative that we'll highlight on. So this is actually going to be a very important live stream. This probably will be our least viewed live stream. So I kind of like to have it that way because the people who understand this not only will crush it in this bull market, but they'll understand what the next big thing is going to be coming down right around the corner, and it's already peeping its head out. And so you've probably seen these projects. I'm going to walk through, tell you the story, show you the narrative. So yeah, man, overall, man, good stuff. Now, before we get into that, the first thing we got to talk about, PulseX yield farms. Trent, what's your thoughts on PulseX right now?
Oh my gosh, bro. Well, look at can you pull up the chart first? Can you show me the chart real quick?
Yeah. Let me pull that up
And
here.
then I could just tell you what my thoughts would be.
Hold on. Let me get out of this one.
Because I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it's at, and I just want the audience to see.
Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. And for some reason, my thing is not pulling up PulseX. Oh, PLSX. That's why. I type in literally PulseX. All right. Well, so what here's what we got.
So my thoughts are on PulseX. Obviously, look, man. Here's my thoughts on all Richard Hart coins in general, man. They're buys. And so right now, if you don't understand that this chart isn't, it's time to buy and time to accumulate PulseX, I think you would be, not financial advice. It would be probably pretty silly. So I think it's awesome to see that we're still going down on that trend line. But I mean, it looks like we've really bottomed out, man. And I think that means that it's time for new narrative. So hopefully that means something awesome with these farms coming up.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I want to talk about PulseX farms, so there hasn't been an announcement, just to be clear. This is all speculation, but this gets into some of my other research stuff. So we're not going to get into the big kahuna yet. I want to talk about something I've been seeing. So I've been doing some research on PRC20s, LUSD, BTT, PDI, PUSDT, PUSDC. And I'm seeing something really interesting, and we'll go through a certain wallet in a second. But one thing I noticed is there's a wallet that's connected to the OA, and it was actually the first wallet to set up a liquidity pool for Pulse and PDI right at the launch of Pulse Chain. Like this thing set it up, and it started the whole pegging thing. Now, one thing that I'm noticing is on some of these PRC20s, a majority of them are owned by a wallet 2822 address. And this gets into this theory. If we go back to when the PulseX yield farms were launched, we had Rat BTC, Chainlink, Aave, Pepe. And so how it was launched was you had the PRC20 and the ERC20 version paired up together, and then the PRC20 would be paired up with incentive tokens. So for example, Pepe from Ethereum would be paired up with Pepe on Pulse Chain, and then the Pepe on Pulse Chain would be paired up with incentive token. And so when he launched these yield farms, we started to see a huge influx into a lot of these PRC20s. Now, two things happened. Number one, the maxis started crying and wetting their pants as usual. They're always the Debbie Downers of the ecosystem. And then number two, the people over on Pepe started coming and selling off these tokens. Now, I have a theory. I want to get your thoughts on this theory. I have a theory that there's a chance that an OA connected wallet address is buying up some of these PRC20s, and we got information and stuff to prove it. So we got facts behind this. We're not just speculating and just saying random stuff. And what this is doing is it's setting up for possible yield farms on PulseX so that when you pair up these PRC20s with their ERC20 counterpart and the incentive token, number one, it incentivizes people to bring their ERC20s onto Pulse Chain. And number two, it adds so much value to the Inc token, because if you want to trade into these PRC20s, you have to go through the ERC20 to the PRC20, or you have to purchase the Inc token and then purchase the PRC20. What are your thoughts on that?
It sounds like that is the hidden plan for the incentive token that we've been really searching for all along. What is the incentive token? Why is it just called incentive? It's that simple. It's that in your face. Is that he's been doing this all along. We see these huge wallets moving this money very early on. It seems pretty clear that the goal is to try to get some value into these PRC20. So I think the pairings is something that Richard has also highlighted on tweets. So if he's taking the time to tell you guys how to, use operate in the market, it might be beneficial to listen, especially if we're going to be getting some new yield farms coming in.
Yeah. And here, let me I'm gonna just draw this out for y'all, because typically it's easier if I just draw a picture. And I don't know, for some reason people like pictures rather than me just sit here flail my arms around. But just to put a picture to words, or words to I don't know the phrase, I don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You had it the first time. Yeah, you were good.
Yeah. So basically how this is going to go. So we'll just say, let's just say it's just, we'll use Pepe, and then you can answer whatever PRC20. So basically you have, yeah, Pepe. And then I'm just going to do, let's do this. All right. So then I'm going to say, we'll say this is E Pepe for Ethereum, and then P Pepe for Pulse Chain. So we pair this up right here. And so this is just an LP. So this is just my version of LP. P Pepe, E Pepe. And then on this side, we have P Pepe. And then we have Ink token. Now, basically what you can do is if you look at the previous model, you can pair these up, put into the farm, and then you receive incentive token. So we come over here, you basically get Ink. That's the goal. You're yield farming for Ink. So the reason why these things are so powerful and why I do think this is going to be coming down the road, and then we'll go through this 282 wallet just to show you what tokens it has. The idea is if you pair this up, that means the liquidity pool or the amount of transactions you can do to get PPEPE or EPEPE has to go through the incentive token. So if this were to happen, the value of the incentive token would absolutely skyrocket. I know all the maxis were like, oh my God, incentive token's a great MEMECOIN. Ah! And I sat there, I was like, you guys are stupid. There's no way. But if we have this format right here, the value in the incentive token would go absolutely crazy. Now, Hodlnomics talked about this format using it with PDI. So you have EDI. So you basically would put EDI here, PDI, and then PDI and incentive token. So the incentive token is kind of like backing the PRC20. And so in my opinion, if he can launch like 12 to 20 of these pools on PulseX, dude, PRC20s get value and the incentive token skyrockets. Does that make sense?
It makes a whole lot of sense, man, and it seems like a really good way to be making some dividends off of your dividends, pairing it up. How easy can it get, man? DeFi at its simplest.
Yeah. So this is why, like, this is something I'm looking for because I do think we'll have a PulseX V3. That's speculation. I don't know any news, but it makes sense that he puts out a V3 PulseX to compete with like Uniswap and the bigger players, and then he puts something like this out here so that if people have ePepe, they're like, oh man, maybe I can bring over to Pulse Chain and you'll farm it and earn incentive token, which is like $100 or $1,000 a token. So overall, it is a phenomenal model. I think it's one of those models where everybody wins. Now, I'm going to do another screen share. And I know I put out a bunch of information, so we got to kind of back it up. We can't just be saying stuff and not back it up. So here's this wallet that you guys have probably heard a lot about. And if you go in, you look at the PDI pegging. This is a famous wallet connected to the OA. It's the 2822 wallet. This is a wallet that's been in the action when it comes to doing PRC20 parodies. And this wallet was also active on May 12th. Trent, why is May 12th important?
Well, I'm pretty sure that it's the day before Pulse Chain launched.
Exactly. Pulse Chain did not launch on May 13th. It actually, I believe it was like May 11th, sometime UTC, but in our time, it was actually May 12th. And nobody knows that. Everyone says, oh my God, Pulse Chain launched May 13th. No, it actually launched the day before. And if you check this wallet and you go all the way back, it's on May 12th. Now, I'm not going to go through that. I'll let you guys do it yourself. But ultimately, the main point I'm trying to get across is let's just take a look at this wallet. So this thing's been active. It's got 32,671 wrap BTC. That's $6 million worth of BTC. Oh my God, wrap BTC has admin keys, yet they still owns a bunch of it. Oh man, wow, crazy. P Ave. This is going to get into the PDI stuff. $354,000. That's $1 million Ave. Alluvium gaming coin. Pax G, that's like the gold token. Liquidity, that's the LUSD governance token. Uniswap, and it just goes on and on and on. And then we have some I believe that's no, that's DAI on Pulse Chain. Now we come down here. Here's the big thing that really pointed us towards what's going on in this wallet. When Pulse Chain launched, it actually set up liquidity between PDAI, so DAI fork, and Pulse right here. This was the initial pool that was set up so that you can swap in and out of this token. And then this is what started the pegging. Now we come down here, we can also see some other pairings, Maker and Pulse, USDC and Pulse, Shiba Inu fork and Pulse, $53,000, Sushi swap and Pulse. So the point I'm trying to get across is this wallet, when Pulse Chain first launched, set up liquidity pool so that you can swap in and out of your PRC20s. It's also a benevolent whale wallet on the chain. And so it gets into my theory that a lot of these tokens that you see that the 282 wallet address owns on the PRC copy side could potentially be on this future yield farm that's being set up with PulseX. So that's just my theory. That's my thoughts. I could be wrong. And if we're wrong, we'll come back on here and say we're wrong. We're not afraid to admit that we are wrong. 90% of these influencers or live streamers, they'll sit there and just be like, they'll just act like they never said it and then just ghost you guys. But this is our speculation based off the movements of this wallet address, based off of past events, and based off of the I don't know what the word I'm looking for, the future potential it could give to the incentive token down the road. Does that make sense, man? Any questions?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and I don't. Well, yeah, I do have a question
What's up?
because it's a question that it really needs to be answered. Who else besides someone like Richard could even have the foresight to set this wallet up and to have all the contents of this wallet? The only person that makes sense with the contents of what's inside this wallet to have is Richard. It doesn't make sense for anybody else to have that. So, especially with the pairing that we've got nailed down to the day before the launch, it doesn't make sense for it to be anybody else. So, I mean, yeah, like you said, we do speculate, but man, there's some good speculation here. And I mean, these same words have been out of Richard's mouth on his tweets. So if you start putting all the pieces together and thinking a little critically, it starts to add up.
Absolutely. And, actually something funny, he actually added liquidity to Hedron right when Pulse Chain launched. And then you got like guys like Matty Allen funding Hedron way back in the day. And it just goes to show you that I think, something special is going to happen. And then there's USDP. So I think you guys get the point of all this stuff.
I also
Now,
recall Richard Hart tweeting about Alex, the founder of Hedron. So I know that he likes him.
oh yeah, absolutely. And here's one for Icosa. This one isn't as big. It's only like $2,000, but I mean it gives you the idea of where this is all going. So in my opinion, strategy, not financial advice, because I know one of you guys are going to blame me for something, but you can look at some of these major LPs and, that can give you a great indicator of what's the best place to go for, whether you want to set up an LP or what could potentially be on the yield farm. In my opinion, I think it's going to be the top ERC20s. So, yeah, man, overall, that was the first thing. So, good stuff. Now, let's talk about AI. Trent, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say AI?
The future, man. Right now, I'm currently writing a blockchain curriculum, and it's an overview. It's a 101 course, and the course ends with. Can you guess? You think you can guess what the last module is?
Let me guess. Pulse chain.
It's not. It's AI. It's artificial intelligence because in my opinion, if you don't jump on the train now, you're already behind. We don't know so many things about AI that are already out there. And so if you're not on it, you're behind the ball, baby. And it's super important. So I'm definitely excited about the segment on AI today because it seems pretty revolutionary. and it's something that I've really been getting into lately. Just layer zero plugins and interoperability. It's a beautiful thing, and it just shows how great DeFi and blockchains are, and how great they can be for applications all the way from recreational to industrial. So super excited about this era of technology.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with all that stuff. Great job on the class, because you know, hopefully that'll be a standard for learning in colleges. There's a good chance that you never know. You guys, anybody viewing this video, your kid might be taking one of the classes that we're creating curriculum for, because we're going to universities and pitching what we're trying to create, and I think this would be great. But for this next segment, shout out to Goo God. He's going to actually love this one, because I think he knows where this is going. But
Let's go, Goo God.
all right, so this is going to be really extremely important, and I want every single one of you guys to really lock in on me real quick, because when it comes to this stuff with AI, it's a massive buzzword. Chat GBT, all it really is just like a piece of software that reads the internet. That's not AI. They're just putting a name on it and marketing, and a lot of it's just virtue signaling. AI has already been created. My background, I went to school with a lot of engineers. They did a lot of work with machine learning, mechanical engineers, nuclear engineers, and they all tell me the stuff that they're creating. And the reason why AI hasn't been rolled out the way at a mass scale or like in the movies right now is because there's not enough energy to run some of these models. That is the main thing holding it back. But as of right now, there's a lot of things that have been created. There are AI models that have been used to replace people at their jobs, engineers, people at restaurants, the whole nine yards. Now, what does this have to do with cryptocurrency and what we're getting into right now? So if you guys are way back in the day when gold first came out, that was the first, technological revolution, buying gold. The next one was the invention of the internet. And then after that was the dot-com boom. And then after that, it was the blockchain revolution, which we're currently in right now. And then now the new one is the AI revolution. If you think about it, if you guys were getting into the internet, that led for the creation of the blockchain. And then the blockchain is going to lead to the creation of artificial intelligence. Any thoughts on that, Trent?
You couldn't have pinned it better, man. They're synonymous. They're basically one and the same, and they need each other to survive. And it's going to do scary things, I think. And I think it's going to do things that are going to cause problems. I do. But what's exciting to me, unfortunately, is that we can capitalize off of this. And so now is the time to be understanding the technologies that are going to be training new AI models, that are going to be plugging into different blockchains to achieve things. There's a lot of applications on how these are going to work, and I think there's even some that we probably don't even have to explore or discover on this channel, because it doesn't matter. What matters is trying to be able to get on top of these investments before this revolution rolls out. These are the DAOs of the future. These are the household names of the future being built on blockchains. No longer are corporations and businesses and models going to be built on the ways of the past. The current corporations and systems that are set up are trying to figure out ways to integrate newer technology and blockchain. They're trying to catch up. The successful models of tomorrow are already developing in this direction. And so I think that's very important to understand and know that now is the time to be finding those gems, because they're already being built or are built.
Yeah, and you basically said what I was going to say, and right after what you said. Basically, what's going to happen is 90% of these cryptocurrencies are going to die. The meme coins, some of these layer one blockchains, 90% of them are going to die. There's going to be a few left over. And then out of this bull market, this is my prediction. I'm putting this out here before one of these clowns steal my ideas like they always do. A lot of the big stuff you see in the pole shake community and on the live streams, they steal it from us. Me and Trent. We're the ones looking at this stuff. They steal it from us. It started with the PDI stuff, and it's happening right now. We were the first ones to tell you that Ethereum ETF is right around the corner. Ethereum's not dead. It turned out not to be dead. Everyone was like, oh my God, I'm the reason why the ETF got approved. We told you, screw crypto banter. Do the opposite. Don't listen to these people. Like I get
There's a reason why.
like, bro, I kid you not. I'm getting to a point where if someone calls me and they're saying stuff I hear on Crypto Banter or Ben Armstrong's channel, I just mute them. I block their number. I was like, bro, I don't want to hear this stuff. Like, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, there's a reason why we are gate kept, man, and there's a reason why our audience is small. I think we have a pretty intellectual audience. They pick up and they come back. We've got a lot of returning viewers, and so people really like this type of content. And it's unfortunate that the masses don't get it, but if the masses got it, then you wouldn't be able to get it early. So that's what you want. You want a good channel like this feeding you gems early, and that's what we're here to do with some cool AI knowledge today.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to get across is there's a good chance that after this market, we're going to phase into like a 10-year AI bull run. And there's one project that has been absolutely crushing it. They have been basically creating the Bitcoin of AI, and it's going to be the new standard for these AI type blockchains that are being created right now, but nobody cares about because they want to buy pixelated images of dogs and frogs and monkeys with big noses. Now, new breaking news. I don't know. We're not really a news channel, but there's something called Tau EVM. So BitSensor Tau, that's the Bitcoin of AI. They created a machine learning model where it can basically advance artificial intelligence, but in a way where it's on the blockchain. When I talked about the .com boom, gold set up for this idea of store value. The internet set up to do commerce without having to do it in person. You can do it on like a digital realm. And then the blockchain set it up for like an automatic payment systems. And the blockchain is setting up to create artificial intelligence on top of it. And so when I talk about BitSensor Tau, they're basically adding AI to the blockchain. That is the missing piece. Blockchain technology was not created to speculate on fraud coins. It was not created to replace the financial system. That was like a small reason. Blockchain technology was created to develop advanced AI systems being used to replace your jobs. That is why it's being created. And now that they're being rolled out, there is a small window of time where you can actually capitalize on it. Now, with Tau EVM, this is the missing piece to what BitSensor Tau is. Basically, it's Bitcoin. It takes the same energy, trains and runs AI machine learning models. I'm not going to bore you with all the details. But Tau EVM is going to be a layer 2 in a BitSensor Tau, and it's going to be very similar to what's going on with Ethereum, so that now anything Ethereum capable can plug into BitSensor Tau. Does that make sense?
It absolutely makes sense. And that's exactly what I was getting at the beginning of this conversation with plugins and interoperability. It's everything and it increases applications. And so I think that as we sit here and speculate on frogs and memes, we lose sight of understanding how advanced this technology can become. And this right here is revolutionary and definitely eye-opening, and loving this gem finding today. So nice work, man. Obviously, a no-brainer here.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the reason why I bring this up is BitSensor Tau, we can already establish anything AI, they're dominating. And there's another project called Cubic, which we covered. And I'm not going to go through every single AI model, but those are the ones that are going to be the future bull run. They're the ones that are going to go crazy. But Tau EVM is setting up so that anything you can do on Ethereum, you can do over at BitSensor Tau. And this is going to be the final piece of the Tau ecosystem because it's going to blow up very, very quickly. And, and I'm not saying go in and buy like the Tau EVM token. I mean, it could potentially be a great place for store value. I do think that once their ecosystem gets built out, they'll have like a similar like MEMECOIN / altcoin run or whatever. But this is something you want to pay special attention to, because when we're done doing the speculation with the Bitcoin hype and the meme coin hype, Tau EVM, BitSensor Tau, Cubic, AI Power Grid, these advanced AI blockchain models, they're going to go through a very special bull run that's going to be decoupled with the cryptocurrency ones that we see right now. That stuff is like it's a thing for the past. Like that is old news. That is like the Mona Lisa. We got phones and stuff. We take pictures. Mona Lisa is like an old painting. That's like going to be Bitcoin. BitSensor Tau, these AI these AI based blockchains are going to be the new. And there's a good chance there's going to be meme coins, all sorts of clownery and stuff. I'm not going to try to curse because I don't want to get us demonetized. But the point I'm trying to get across is you want to pay special attention to. And when this ecosystem gets built out, you bet your bottom dollar, me and Trey Souls, we're going to be finding those meme coins, baby. Because I guarantee you there's going to be all sorts of dumb stuff on there. And we're not that smart. So we might as well get on there. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Hey, this is what I think about today. You're watching the verse and you're understanding that meme coins and crypto is going to have its day, and then it's going to fade into the Mona Lisa era. So the great thing is here today, you're learning that you're going to have a chance to roll your investments into something else. You're going to maybe get into some real estate, but you're going to have some stable coins set aside. If you've been listening to us, you're definitely going to have some stable coins set aside. But you're going to want to roll that into maybe some new things, some newer markets. And crypto is so exciting because it's a new and volatile market, even, as it stands, still a new market in terms of markets. But it's super exciting to know that new markets are on their way in the future, and that with the advancement of technology being so exponential, these markets are going to be coming in a lot faster, and they're going to be different than anything that we've ever experienced before. So super excited about this stuff because it does seem like we'll be able to obviously have that main holding bag of say we were just talking about what was it?
Tau.
Tau.
Tau
I
EVM.
start thinking of a million. So we have the main Tau EVM, but then we get the chance to play with all of their different fun toys and then roll back into Tau. So exciting to know that our strategies can go forth into the future into new markets.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And the reason why I put this out here for all you guys is, just under live in the moment. Meme coins are going to be plays, but when this future comes, there's going to be a window of opportunity to get in before the masses. And if you can take advantage of the situation, you'll be sitting good. We got a shout out to our boy Goo God. He just put out all of his AI plays. And the one thing I'll say is I'm going to fund every single one of these projects. I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm just joking. Funny part about it. Funny part about it, it's like that looks like my our AI portfolio. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, most of those are, but not financial advice. But yeah, shout out to Goo God. All right, now you guys got all the good stuff. Now it's time to get into the charts. Ready for some charts, baby?
Dude, this is my favorite part, bro. Yes, please. Please, more charts, bro. Hey, shout out to Coltmander. He said some serious knowledge being dropped by some knowledgeable chads.
Yes, sir.
We
Let's ready
can't
to
help it,
go.
dude. Just you've been having to use that thing I that working on your jawline.
Yes, sir. All right. Now let's just talk about what's going on with Bitcoin right now. So long story short, I wonder, is there like a full screen on this thing? Oh, okay. That's not the full screen. Is that it? Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, that looks a lot better. All right. So just looking at what's going on with Bitcoin, long story short, we're just trading sideways. So we broke out here. We're in a sideways market and we're just trading in between this range. I'm not going to pull up the Fibonacci tool. I mean, it's very simple. So we came down, we had a inverse head and shoulders pattern. We had a target, came up here, and now we're just trading sideways. This is good because if we started breaking out and coming up here to the upside, there's a good chance that this thing will start going parabolic. And if it goes parabolic too soon, that means it's going to be a short and bull market. A correction is a really good thing. So for the most part, we covered everything we did in the past. The real question is, we're going to come back up here, test all-time highs, or we come back down here to our first target. First target is going to be 58,853. If we break down past that first target, the next one I'm looking at is going to be about 51,984. So these are two big magnets on the macro. So overall, I'm glad we're trading sideways. If we start going down a little bit, we might see a rotation into altcoins and, just waiting for the next breakup. Any thoughts on Bitcoin, my man?
Oh yeah, man. Love the talk about trading sideways. We gotta understand that we need patience in this market because you don't want this market to be shortened. You don't want this thing to look like this, man. And you had that much time to get in, like that much time to get out and sell. So patience right now. monitor things. And I mean, ETH is, blown up this past week. There was things to do this week. So, if you're sitting in Bitcoin, it's the only thing I understand, just watching Bitcoin all the time. But yeah, this thing looks good to trade sideways for a little bit longer to me, man.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. We'll just keep monitoring it, and I'm still set on this price target up here. This is my price target. If we form this massive cup and handle, it basically just gives you the price target. You just measure from the bottom here up to the cup line, and you put it up here. It's putting you somewhere up at about, I'm not sure if that's actually 3 trillion, but right now I'm looking at somewhere between 138,000K and 126,000K on, excuse me, the Bitcoin top. So that's probably going to be the range. I hear some people saying 100,000, and then I hear people saying what was it, 250,000, like somewhere like up here, That is crazy. I don't think it's going to go all the way up here because that's what Richard Hart's saying. And here's what Richard Hart did with his prediction. He basically did a Fibonacci tool. I said I wasn't going to do the Fibonacci, but I guess I will now. So, and that is not a Fibonacci tool. I keep doing the wrong one. So basically, he just came down here and put it out here. And he had a target where I believe it was going to be, it was like right around 200,000. I don't know if you remember what it was. It was either 200. Yeah, it was 200,000. So he put out something about right about here. And it just had to do with the Fibonacci wave analysis coming up and down. And, looking at previous markets, it usually ends up somewhere here near the 2.618. So that was his prediction. I think it's going to be a little bit under that, especially after his Bitcoin bottom call. It was a little bit over, but could be wrong, and we'll just have to see it play out. So good stuff.
I'd love for you to be wrong on that one.
Oh, dude, if it goes to 250K, bro, that'll be good. I would have no problem saying I'm wrong because most guys
put buys plane up there at 250K.
What's up?
Put Chris and Trey buys plane at 250K.
All right, I'll do that right here. We're buying, no, bro, we're gonna buy a plane
or beach.
Bro, yeah, no, right here. If we get up here, bro, we're gonna buy. Bro, now you know what, bro? Screw the plane. We're gonna buy some Gucci loafers.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Right here. If we get up to right here, we're buying some Gucci loafers, baby.
Dude, if we get up to there, I'll get a tattoo of Fofar, bro.
Buying Gucci loafers. Yes, sir. Gucci loafers. Yeah. All right.
Yes, sir.
250K. We're buying Gucci loafers. All right. But yeah, you guys get the overall point. And the last thing we also want to look at the weekly is see where that weekly candle closes out. We'll just have to see if it just remains bullish and see if it continues to trade sideways. But like I said, the targets I'm looking at is 58K and then 52K. And then if we start bouncing up based off of the cup and handle target, we're going to be aiming for 133K. So good stuff. Now, Ethereum. I'm pretty excited to talk about Ethereum because one of my predictions came true and nobody talked about this. I even went in and talked to other people and asked their opinion, and they all said the opposite of me. So a little bit of a recap. We came in here and everybody was like, Ethereum's dead. Oh my God, don't buy Ethereum. Go on to Solana and Sui. And me and Trey Souls, we said, screw that. Ethereum's not dead. Start jumping in, start getting meme coins. And lo and behold, Ethereum's not dead. ETF just got approved. Now, on the last live stream, I said, okay, we're going to have a little bit of a run up. And within this range, somewhere in the all-time high, I said, ETH, ETF, approved or denied. Congrats. Now correct. Green candle came all the way up right here. Came up, and then boom, correct right down here. So our prediction came to fruition. Some people were saying that this was going to go past the all-time high and just start running. And typically with these ETFs and these big news events, everybody starts buying and then corrects. Now the question is, where does ETH potentially go next? Now, some targets that we can look at. This is me just spitting off the dome. So we do have a magnet down here. So our first magnet is going to be right around 3273. So we can come up here and then retrace, come back down here and test this level right here. Currently, and then our next magnet, we have another local all-time high right here that we've been trading at for a minute. It's going to be 3,595. So there's a good chance we can either come down here. We already tested this one. We could come down to 3293, test that out, and then come back up. Now, if we come down, test this out, come back up, that forms our handle. And then if we look at the entire time frame, that forms our cup. So we have a complete cup and handle. When you have a cup and handle, that means we can get a target. Now, keep in mind, when we do these targets, it's not 100%. It just gives you an idea. Cup and handle means it's going to be bullish, and based off of that, you can have some targets. So if we were to complete that target, basically, you can come down here, come up, and then boom. Our next leg up is being targeted at about 77,246. So this is the range that we can look if we were to break out this cup and handle and start trading to the upside. And so overall, everything's looking bullish. The real question is, are we going to continue to trade sideways, or are we going to form this cup and handle? So some things I'm looking for, we might come down to 3,291, or we'll come up here, test that original all-time high before that second peak, which is going to be 4,396, and then 4,844. And then once we test that, then we'll be clear to go. So there's one of two ways we can do this: come down, test up, and then just W on out. So like this, and then boom, 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 and then come out, just W on out. Or we can just come out of this pattern and then just keep trading downwards. So overall, looking pretty good. Got the correction on Ethereum and all that stuff. Any thoughts, man?
Yeah, man, I think I'm pretty sure I said last stream I was glad you drew that on the correction, because that's what I thought was going to happen too. It's a correction right after the ETF approval. If it was going to get approved, I think we knew at that time it had 75% chance of approval. So it made sense that it would go down. Same thing happened with Bitcoin. I think they're saying about 2 to 3 weeks before those ETFs start trading. So it could make sense to test down a little bit and make that cup, make that handle, and then rock and roll on out of there. So exciting stuff. Cool to see the ETH price charts possibly getting up to the $7,000 range, my brother. That would feel real nice.
Yeah. So yeah, the real question is, you got to look at the ETF outflows, and I don't really like to talk about future events because you just need to go based on the chart. But overall, the main point I'm trying to get across is, I know I talked about targets and stuff, but the main thing I just want to say is just pay attention to see if this trades sideways. If we break out this cup and handle, our target's going to be right around 7,500. Now, because you guys are loyal, I'm going to give you guys my all-time Ethereum market cap top prediction. So this is going to be a really good one. Our prediction for Ethereum is going to be up here, right around, I would say it's going to be somewhere in the range of 10,000. So I'm thinking on the low end, 9,000, on the high end, 11,000. Why am I saying that? So if you guys look at Bitcoin in the last market, when was the Bitcoin top? At what market cap? You want to take a guess? Just a number. Just a number.
It was 1 trillion.
Yes, sir. 1.3 trillion, but right around 1 trillion, right? Right around 10K, it's going to be about 1.3 trillion. When we hit that 1 trillion mark, that is going to be the biggest sell signal ever. 1 trillion. Because right up here, people are going to sit there and tell you the flippening, ETH is going to flip Bitcoin. Do not believe them. They say that every single time. ETH will flip Bitcoin when sharding gets in place. So the main point I'm trying to get across is when that happens, the top is going to be near. And in my opinion, it's going to follow something similar. It could go up to 1.4. It could go up to 1.5. It could maybe go just under 1.2. But when you get to that 1 trillion mark, and so I'm saying 1 trillion is about 8,800. So this is the $1 trillion mark. And then this gets into that 1 trillion to 1.4 trillion. That's when we're probably going to get towards the top. That is my prediction. I could be wrong, but that's what we're targeting. That's what we're looking for. And then when ETH goes down, alts start to run. Got any thoughts on that, man?
I had no idea to even think about what the state of Bitcoin was at its $1 trillion market cap and just compare it to ETH. That's brilliant. So nice moves, man. I always learn something on the verse.
Yeah. And I use a similar format for Bitcoin. So chances are when Bitcoin gets its all-time high, it's going to get close to about between 2 trillion and 2.4 trillion is what I'm thinking. And it's going to retrace down unless a massive inflow comes in. So these are just marks that I'm looking at. This is subject to change. We will change our marks as we get closer and closer and closer and we get indicators, but it's just an idea to think about. And it also shows you guys that we are bullish. We stay bullish. We are not bearish. Screw these guys. Like, God, we no negativity. You get the point. So, you know what I'm saying? So we're going on rants. All right, man. Well, time for our best part. We got to review altcoins.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
Oh, actually, no. We need to talk about Bitcoin dominance. All right.
BTC dominance. Look at that, bro.
All right. If you guys were in our last live stream when we were talking about this, you saw this big red candle coming out of this. Some people call it pizza. I call it rising wedge. So this rising wedge coming out. Basically, Bitcoin dominance dropped down and everybody was screaming, altcoin season, altcoin season. But the reason why the Bitcoin dominance went down was because everybody was buying Ethereum in anticipation for the ETF. So the Bitcoin dominance is going to go down. Now, this didn't cause a massive meme coin rotation. Some meme coins are popping, but now we're coming back up and we're getting right back into this rising wedge. Now, the point I'm trying to get across is we're going to keep trading in and out. And then sooner or later, we're going to have a massive breakdown like we see over here on the chart over here. Just like we come down, then altcoin season. And then that's right when Shiba Inu started to pump right here on this chart. Last bull market broke down, Shiba Inu pumped, and then boom, we had the BTC bottom right here when Bitcoin dominance break down. Now, the main point I'm trying to get across is pay special attention because when you see a big old red line going down to right, oh God, hold on. Come on, baby. Let me draw. When you see why won't you let me draw? Oh my God. Screw you, trading view. All right. Well, I guess they don't want me to draw. But ultimately, when you see a big old red line. All right. Hold on. Let me click out some of this stuff. I don't know why this thing just doesn't want me to draw. Come on. Let me draw. Here. 1 second, guys. Technical failure. Oh, okay. I was drawing. What?
That's what it's gotta look like right there. It has to look just like that.
Yeah. Basically, you gotta have the line come down here and then scribble across. Bro, did that show up on when I was doing it?
No, it wasn't showing up.
Okay, I thought I'm tripping. So basically, when you see a big old red line coming down this way, that's when the altcoin's going to run, and it's going to be very clear. And so when you see that in your mind, you got to think, okay, this is the end of the market. We are not coming back. Do not listen to crypto banter or any of these clowns that are going to tell you lies. So that is what we're aiming for. That's what I'm looking for. Nothing to report. We're going back up, and I still think we're going to keep trading sideways until we get a massive breakdown. So overall, things are looking good. We stay bullish and all that good stuff. Now, let's get into our favorite part. Let's get into the altcoins. All right. Now, starting off.
Easy.
Coinye. Oh man, this is I love this project. Coinye. All right, so Coinye right now, nothing new. We've been talking about this. It's been trading at the 0.236 Fibonacci. It's just been coming up, coming down, and then touching it, and then it just broke down. Right now that is extremely bearish. I'll be honest with you. When you come back here, so the one thing I want to see is it comes up into the golden pocket and then continues to trade sideways. This is an accumulation zone, and the one thing I will say is it's sitting at that $8 to $9 million market cap. So overall, still bullish on it. Not many coins can even make it to $10 million market cap. So not many coins can make it to the $10 million market cap. And the reason why that makes a great indicator that coin is going to do well is because if it maintains that level and base runs again, this thing can very well go to anywhere between 100 million and a billion. Any thoughts on Coinye?
Yeah, man, I think that makes a lot of sense that you talk about it's an accumulation zone. It's gonna have a chance, man. The biggest point I think is the $10 million market cap, dude. And projects that have that life, it's just holding that floor. So it shows that there's obviously a ton of people that are committed to this project, and it seems like it's only a matter of time before this thing takes off again.
Yeah. Yeah. And technically you can say it's just a magnet on the Fibonacci. So but some things I will say, and there's always going to be a bearish case. I'll just keep it real with you guys. If we see this thing, you can make a case that there's a little bit of a magnet. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's look at the 4 hour. There's a good chance that if this thing keeps going down, it could come down to about 0.07426. I don't really I mean it could. I mean, I don't really see that happening. And then the worst case, it could even get as low as 0.01942. So this is the extreme bearish case. The reason why I put these out here is if you ever want to jump in, like right now, there's a good buy zone. That's our first target. Second target, 0.075, and then 0.02. Now, the one thing I want to see with Coinye is it starts to come back up here, test that 0.0185, come back down, and then boom, start to take off. So, I mean, overall, it's just accumulation. Apparently, there's something called base summer, and I think this is going to be one of the biggest winners on Coinbase. So yeah, man, looks good. Check out Rat Pulse, see what's crack-a-lacking. I mean, nothing really new to report. I mean, we broke down on this trend line. And the question is this the bottom of Rat Pulse? So that's everybody's question. And I put bottom question mark because we didn't get a bottom confirmation yet. So we broke down Gravestone Doji on the daily. Bearish, well, that's not bearish engulfing candle. So another red candle, and then we got another green and then a red. So hopefully this starts to bottom out and come back up and get back onto this trend line. So scoop up, come back up here and keep trading upwards. Otherwise, there's a good chance it could just sit here and trade sideways. Now, right now, actually, let's just take a look. Maybe it's getting close to a magnet. Oh, well, another thing to consider, there is a magnet right here coming across. So it did come down to test a previous local high. It came down, tested it, came back up, and then now it's trying to get back on this trend line. So overall, the question is, can it still follow this positive upwards trend? If we come back on Tuesday when we do our next live stream, we might delete that. So nothing new to report on Rat Pulse. This is a great buying opportunity. I will say, like, if you are bullish on Richard Hart products, now's the time to get in because this is another opportunity. It's almost very close to buying the actual bottom down here. It's only up about, that's like close to 2x from the actual bottom pulse chain. So yeah, man, looks good. Let's see. Linda, our girl Linda, baby. Linda.
She's so bad, dude.
Bro, that's a girl, bro. Linda.
She's a baddie.
Linda, that's our chick, man. All right. So Linda broke down a little bit. So I think this has to do with the correction in general. So I have a magnet right here. So came up, boom, has a shoulder, head, and then the thing that I don't want to see it do is come down here and then form another shoulder. That would be a head and shoulders. That would be a bearish pattern, and that would mean that we would start to like go down wherever that next shoulder comes in. So that means we go down and test down here. But I'm not saying that's going to happen. So right now, Linda, breaking down, trying to find a level. The first target you might want to look for where it needs to come down and test is probably going to be here on this magnet. So right here is a magnet coming across. And then the next one, it could potentially, I don't see it coming down this low, but it could be right here. So right here at the, was it 4 zeros and a 3? That's one place you can look for. And then the next one is just 4 zeros and a 1. But I don't see it getting this low. But what I want to see this do is, you know, come back down here, test this magnet, come back up, come back down, and then just W on out. But we'll just have to see. So those are your two bottom targets, and then your top target on Linda. It probably needs to come up here and test. Yeah, actually, no, it's just have to test here. So this is your next target. There's a magnet coming across. So overall, Linda looks good. $6 million market cap. I think this could be the number one project on Lina, the layer 2, 4.5 million. So if this gets up to $10 million, dude, this thing's here to stay. And when Lina explodes, backed by consensus, backed by MetaMask, it's gonna be interesting. Any thoughts on Lina, man?
Yeah, man, I think it pays to know how the best entries are on these charts, bro, because everybody loves you could go back to where this thing mooned, and everybody loves the charts that moon. Everybody wants the charts that moon, the way that chart mooned. But then you want to see the sell off, and then you say, you know, you don't want to really think that it can go as far down as you showed on that bottom magnet. But this is why you should come here, because you're getting good entries. You're understanding when to get in on time, and it's not always just about coins mooning. These coins that we've showed you today, these meme coins, these are down. So these are great entries. Now we've given you the narratives. We've laid all of this out for you guys in the past. So it should just make sense to understand that it's nice to see these kind of charts like this, because it gives you good entries.
Yeah, man, and we talk about when we get in. So like we got in right here. So yeah, so I like Linda. I think it's gonna be a great meme coin. So yeah, keep it going. Scrolly. All right, so we got a nice little ascending triangle. We just broke out of it. So so that's not necessarily bad, but the question is, you know, when we have a breakout of this ascending triangle, it's usually 2 candles before you can say it's like, all right, we broke out. So came out here, and then yesterday we had a breakout of the ascending triangle. So the question is, where on the daily will this close out? Will it close out in the ascending triangle or outside of it? And if that's the case, then the chart's just going to be trading sideways, in my opinion. So overall, it was extremely bullish, broke down. Now, some things to look for on Scrolly. So we came down here. Let's take a look at this magnet. Definitely a magnet right here. So it came up, tested it, came back down, tested it, came back down, tested it. So there's a good chance that if Scrolly breaks out that ascending triangle, it's probably going to come down to about 5 zeros and 8.6 and test that out. And then worst comes to worst, it'll come down to 0.05. But I don't see that happening. Now, if it were to come down here and then W on out, the first target I'll look for is 4 zeros and a 2. So in my opinion, what's probably going to happen with Scrolly is it's just in that accumulation zone. But I do want to see it go in the foreseeable future. And, you know, the funny part about Scrolly, dude, is this thing's actually gaining traction with a lot of meme coiners. A lot of people are actually looking for like the number one meme coin on each layer 2. And this is one you found. And they're saying Scrolly's the number one. And we've been in this for a minute, dude. So yeah, man, what are your thoughts on that?
Still love Scrolly, bro. Sad to see it break out of that triangle, but you know what? I think it'll be all right. There's not a lot of volume on the chain right now, and like I said, we're gonna have these rotations, so it's only a matter of time before Scrolly is daddy.
Scrolly's daddy. I love that. Yeah, so man, I honestly think Scrolly $1.4 million market cap. I do think that this thing can get up to 100 mil if it's like the number one meme coin. Next one, Beardy. Bro, this thing went on. This thing absolutely ripped.
There's your Mooner chart.
Yes, sir. Oh man, this thing absolutely ripped out of the ETH ETF news. So we've been talking about this for a minute, bro. So let's take a look. Oh my god. Why is it the Fibonacci? I want the other one. All right. So this thing ripped up about a 2x, and then now it's coming down. So overall, I mean, this looks good. It's correcting. Right now, it's coming down here and testing. Yeah, there's a magnet about right here. So it's actually sitting at a magnet. It's testing this out. So we got to see if it goes down below or where it closes out at the end of the day. The next level, it could come down to test. You could say there's a magnet right here. So, in my opinion, based on what I see on charts, it's going to come down here, test out 0.04. It could down to 0.03. And then if it's like a failure, not failure, but if it really breaks down, it's 0.02. So what I'm seeing form is if this keeps coming down, it could come down here, test this out, and then come up, test this out right here, and then break back down right here. And it can form a beautiful cup and handle. And if that's the case, then that'll give us a target. If this is a big if. This is just speculation like we always do. That'll give us our target for our next leg up, which can be right around a penny. So yeah, man, I'm still bullish on Beardy. I love Beardy. Ryoshi connection. That community goes hard, dude. Like on Twitter, bro, Beardy goes freaking hard. So yeah, any thoughts on Beardy?
So you're the dragon, man. Of course, their community is gonna go hard, bro. This thing was going parabolic on Twitter for the past 2 days. So love Beardy. That thing was getting me riled up.
Yes, sir. PTGC, nothing new to report. We got a falling wedge. Sooner or later, when we're trying to see when this like breaks out. So with a falling wedge, you trace the bottoms. Typically, when you get about 3 touches, and then on each side, that's confirmation. Now the question is, when is it just gonna like break out and start going to upside? So that's what we're looking for on PTGC, and we've been talking about this for a minute. Rap versus Rap Pulse. This thing looks like oh wow, it actually broke down. So versus Rap Pulse, it actually broke down. Okay, so no longer an ascending triangle. So this thing is going to be trading sideways versus Rap Pulse. So we got a magnet over here. Oh, a magnet over here, and then a clear magnet coming down here. So there's a good chance this is the price floor versus Rap Pulse, and something definitely to monitor. So good stuff on that. And then Dumbledore. All right. So Dumble, shout out to Holonomics, our favorite Solana coin, creating a nice little price floor. This thing has absolutely just been ripping since we've been talking about it. Gravestone Doji, don't matter, came up here, broke down a little bit. The question is, when Solana starts having another meme coin run, how is it going to perform? I think the price level is looking good. It's coming down here. It needs to test out this magnet. And then once it tests this magnet, the question is, will it come back up, W on out, test the all-time highs or whatnot? So Dumble, nothing really new to report, just a little bit of a minor correction. And then Pinos. All right, so Pinos. Not looking too bad. Recently broke up to the all-time high. Tested out a magnet at 0.02, broke down, and now it's trading at about 0.01. So on the 4-hour is looking good. On the daily, still testing out. Oh, sorry, let me zoom in a little bit. On the daily, it's still testing out this one magnet. It could come a little bit lower. One thing I would love for it to do is come down, maybe just W on out, and then come back up and go. So overall, Pinos definitely looks bullish. I think this could potentially be the next bonk, just in my opinion. So good stuff.
Bold move.
Yeah. That is a bold claim. So You know,
I like
so
it. I like it. Next bonk question mark?
next bond question mark. So I mean, dude, honestly, if you just look at this, if you just just look at this monkey, dude. I mean, come on, man. Like, look at that. Like, look at this
Beautiful.
thing. Beautiful.
Beautiful, baby.
So good stuff. All right. Well, yeah, man. That's all I got. So if we got any questions or whatever. It's a good point. Tether dominance is important too. How much is printing? Kaizuna gonna pop again. Shout out to Vibro. Linda loves stealing my money. What's up, Landscaper? Good to see you. Z Protocol and Scrolly looking like a good buy. We'll check that out. Z Protocol. I'm gonna write that down. Not financial advice. I never heard of this protocol. So Z Protocol.
Yo, shout out Adam, man. I saw you posted that he staked everything for the next 70 years on Pulse Chain and time pays me. So congrats, bro. Really feel like you made a great decision. And can't wait to see how you make it out of this market, buddy.
Yes, sir. Times pays me, bro. You know what? Screw it. I must, you know what, dude? Let's just sell everything and stake our hex 15 years. Screw it.
Is there anywhere that I can just sacrifice all of the crypto that I have?
Yeah, man. You know what? Let's stake our hex and let's change our channel and our Twitter name to T-share collector, dude. We're just gonna collect T-shares.
That's all we do, baby. That's it. Time in hand.
Yes, sir. But yeah, like I said, guys, awesome live stream. Trey Souls, any last thoughts, my man?
Like, oh, we're not gonna give him that last gem. We'll go save that last gem for the next week.
Yeah, we'll save it next. We'll save it for the next week. If
All
you guys want,
right.
if you guys want another gym, we'll show you guys what we cooking. We're always degenning, and we found something big. But yeah. So good stuff. Any last thoughts, my man?
That's it, my guy. That's it, bro. I hope y'all all have a wonderful Memorial weekend. And want to thank the veterans who died for our country. It's absolutely astronomically important. And I know not Veterans Day, but thank you for all of y'all who've served for us. Give us the chance to degen and meme coin here from behind our screens. So definitely, that's all I've got.
Yes, sir. And before I wrap this live stream up, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn bell notifications on. With that being said, DJ out. See you guys later.